want somebody to give you princess treatment, but you don't even require princess treatment from yourself. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make the math here because this is not adding up to me. As you guys can see, we are doing things a little differently today. I want to add in a more relaxed feature to my channel. I want to start kind of getting back to my roots. I know I'm not a makeup girly here usually, but my channel did start off as a makeup channel. If you guys have not been here, I definitely did the get ready with me's, the makeup tutorials and all of that when I first started. And I have done most of that, or moved most of that content to my short form platforms, but I've kind of been missing that relaxed feel to my account. Like, of course, a lot of my videos here recently have been very structured. Like the whole entire video is like bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, this tip, that tip, that tip. And I kind of want to add in a little more of a little more relaxed feel to my account. So we're going to start getting back to get ready with me content, but it's not going to be a get ready with me like me pointing out the makeup. I will never point out the makeup that I'm using because I don't want this to be a makeup video. Now, of course, if you guys are interested in any of the products that I'm using, I will always put the products down below, but I want to incorporate this video or these styles of videos just so we can keep it a little more conversational based. Like, just keep it very light and open, and just like we're just literally sitting across from each other and having a chit chat, instead of feeling like I always have to come up with a full script to, you know, get on here and talk, because you guys, like, sometimes those scripts can take a little while, okay? So if you guys do enjoy this style of video where we kind of get on here and just talk openly about a subject, of course, we'll still keep it topic based, but it won't be so much lined out detail for detail. We'll kind of just get on here and talk freely. But if you guys enjoy this style of video, definitely leave me a comment and let me know, because if so, I want to start incorporating these at least twice a month. But let's go ahead and get into the conversation. So like I said at the beginning of the video, we expect people to give us princess treatment when we don't necessarily give that treatment to ourselves. So let's kind of break down what we think princess treatment is. I know a lot of people, like, I had to Google this, right? I did still kind of look up certain terms just because I wanted to make sure that I had my own correct understanding. I had a general understanding of what princess treatment was, but I kind of wanted to get a feel of, you know, whether or not my thought process on it matched what other people thought princess treatment was. And it was right. When I Googled princess treatment, it was basically like, you know, getting treated like a princess, getting waited on hand and foot, getting that luxury style treatment, getting pampered on the regular. And I don't think that's true. I don't think that's completely true. There are some aspects of that that are true, like especially with getting pampered, getting the luxury style treatment, like that can definitely be a part of princess treatment, but that's definitely, in my opinion, not what princess treatment is. Like, full disclaimer right here, because I know some people may agree, some may not, and that's perfectly okay. But I am going to get into the real of what princess treatment is. So like I said, full disclosure, okay? I really need to invest in a fan to dry down my concealer. But anyway, personally, I feel like everybody should have a general understanding of princess treatment as follows. It is about setting a standard of carrying setting a standard of carrying yourself with the highest of values and treating yourself with the highest of care, regardless of how small the situation may be. Now with these, oh, that was probably too much concealer on my nose. It'll be okay. Now with these high values that you put in place, and like I said, it's the highest of values that you can put in place for yourself, treating yourself with the highest care. With these values that are extremely high in your life, you have to govern yourself. Govern these high values that you've put in place and treat them like the law. Now let's get something clear here. Nowhere did I say an expectation of someone else. Nowhere did I say that this is something that somebody else has to uphold. I said you or yourself. You have to govern these high values in your life like the law. You have to put these high values in place. You have to treat yourself with the highest regard and highest care. Princess treatment is about self. Is it? I'm getting tongue tied. Y'all, I'm not, I'm a little rusty. Okay. I'm a little rusty when it comes to talking and doing my makeup. I haven't done this in a while, but princess treatment is about self. You have to put these values in place. So when it comes to princess treatment, this is not something that you can expect from somebody else. This is something that you already have to do for yourself. So when we really sit and think about it, how is it fair for us to put a requirement on somebody else to give us princess treatment when we don't give ourselves princess treatment? Like, I feel like that's unfair. It's unfair to make somebody have that type of requirement. So when I said on my thumbnail, stop demanding of others what you don't do for yourselves, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You cannot demand somebody else to do something for you, treat you a certain way when you yourself don't even treat yourself that way. It's not fair. Let's say, for instance, you're somebody who is dating right now. You have all of these requirements of this suitor, right? I need to eat at the finest dining restaurants. I need to go to the best vacation spots there are. I need you to pick me up in a certain vehicle, and I don't accept nothing less than that. Same thing if you're married. All of a sudden you switch up on your spouse because you're like, oh, I want all of these demands and I want you to treat me a certain way, but you haven't even stopped to practice to treat yourself that way. So it's not fair for me. Like, I'm married. And you guys know that I've been married almost 12 years now. It's not fair for me to automatically just switch up on my husband overnight and be like, you're required to buy me flowers every single day. You're required to take me to a steakhouse every other week. Like, he would look at me and be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, I'm not doing that. And where are all these, expectations coming from? So we can't make a requirement. It's like I said, it's not fair. Oh, my little thing is sliding. It's not fair to request and require all of these different things if that's not the value that you put in place for yourself to uphold. A lot of us like to look at princess treatment as far as its end result. Like, I don't know who came up with, the idea of princess treatment. I don't know who coined the idea, but I feel like they did not give us an accurate depiction of what princess treatment is. So like I said, all of us like to look at princess treatment like, oh, if we're looking at it from a fairy tale perspective, right? We like to look at princess treatment like, oh, she gets swept off her feet. Prince Charming shows up and she gets the happy ending and all of that. Like I said, if you go and look up princess treatment right now, it's going to say you get your luxury treatment. You get pampered. You get treated like a princess. Well, are we forgetting that we're looking at the ending of the story? Because every princess movie that I've seen, baby girl went through some things. She went through some trials and some, hold on, let me stop talking because I've be done added too much to my nose. Okay, there we go. But yes, any Disney princess movie that I've seen, baby girl, she went through some things, okay? We can't keep looking at the end result. We have to look at what she did, what she went through, what she experienced. I want us to look at everything that Disney princess went through for a second. I'm not going to go down memory lane. I cannot tell you every single princess movie that I've seen, but let's just talk about the ones that we should all pretty much know. Cinderella, okay? Let's look at Cinderella for an example real quick. We all like to look at Cinderella like, oh, she's a princess. She got her happy ending. She got her Prince Charming and all of that. Honey, what did Cinderella go through before that? Let's look at what she went through before that. before that Prince Charming came along, she was locked in what? The attic? Yeah, because she was upstairs. So she was locked in the attic. She didn't have anybody to talk to outside of the animals, right? She didn't have friends. She was alone. She was unloved. She was going through things, okay, is what we can pretty much sum up here. She went through some things. So then what happens, she gets this fairy tale wish to show up and go to the ball. And even when she goes to the ball, before she drops her shoe and all of that, she still, after she dropped her shoe, she still had to shed all of those beautiful layers that she got momentarily, and she still had to go back to her certain circumstances. Well, let's look at how Cinderella carried herself throughout that time. She carried herself calmly. She carried herself very determined. So let's say she was calm, she was determined, she was ambitious, she was loving, she was, let's see, what's another word I'm looking for? She was approachable. That's what I was trying to say. She was approachable, and she was very logical. Okay, so Miss Cinderella, although at the end she had princess treatment, during that time, what was most important was how she carried herself. It was her values that she had in place. So it didn't matter that she didn't feel that love from her stepmom and her sisters. It wasn't about the fact that, she had to do all of the dirty work. She got the scraps for clothes. She didn't care. Like, she still managed to carry herself through all of that with the highest of values. Are we connecting the dots here? Do y'all understand? Can y'all see now where I'm coming from when I say princess treatment is about self? It is about setting those high values in place for yourself. Y'all are gonna have to give me a second because I am very particular when it comes to my nose contour. So give me just a brief moment, governor. Girl, there is nothing worse than walking around with a horrible nose contour, and I've done it, trust me, and it did not look good. I know that my idea of princess treatment is probably a lot different, but in my mind, like I said, I don't feel like it's fair to set all of these requirements of somebody else if you don't treat yourself that way. It's about putting the values in place. It's about learning to carry yourself with the highest values and actually living by them, regardless of whether it's a good situation, a bad situation, and an all right, just horrible situation. Learning to live by those values in every single moment. There are times in my life where I don't know how to be calm. I really try, I really try, but I'm still learning in some situations to keep my cool. I'm still learning to not get so upset that I'm cussing and fussing and all of that. Like, I try to get on here and I don't try to use that language, but I'm not perfect, you guys. Like, at home, I'm working on it. Let's just say that. But there are, like I said, there are situations where I'm still learning how to control myself, control my responses. I'm learning how to talk to people. I'm learning how to talk to myself, for that matter. So it's about me learning and working on building certain values in my life. Now, there are a lot of things that I have worked on, and now that I've worked on them, I feel like I can start elevating my bar. This is how I view it. If your values are here, but you're, like I said, you're dating somebody or you're married and you're telling your spouse that they have to have their bar up here. This doesn't make sense to me. Like I said, this is not fair playing field at all, because your values are here, but you're expecting somebody to give you treatment that's up here. No. So like I said, to me, once you have your values in place, once you have made yourself live by these highest of values, you treat yourself with the highest of care, your bar starts elevating. When your bar elevates and you've lived by these principles, then you can require somebody to meet you where you are, okay? But you cannot expect somebody to meet you way up here if you're not up there yourself. So get your values in place, elevate your bar, and then you can tell somebody, okay, meet me up here where I am. I had to take time to learn certain values. I had to take time to learn how to care for myself in a more thorough way, okay? Instead of just doing the basics of care and kind of just breezing by it, I really took like some in-depth time to learn how to properly care for myself. I took some in-depth time. I took some in-depth time learning certain values and increasing my values. And it was so crazy because when I started doing these things for myself, it's like my husband kind of automatically picked up on it. Like I didn't even have to tell him, oh, I want you to start treating me differently. I want you to start doing this for myself, that for myself. Once I started doing the things for myself and changing the way I was treating myself, changing my values, he automatically sensed it. He saw that I wanted to take more time for myself and really have an evening routine. And in my evening routine, I've told you guys several times, I like to kind of set a mood in my room. I like to have my quiet time to myself. When I started doing that, he started picking up more with doing more stuff in the evening for our boys and making sure that there were some nights where dinner was done, house was clean, and I did not have to lift a finger. And he's like, go have your quiet time. I know that that's important to you. So again, he just started picking up on stuff. And I didn't even have to tell him to do that. One understanding that me and my husband have had for a very long time is, at the end of the day, yes, we're married. Yes, we're a unit, but we are still individuals. And as individuals, we are going to grow in our lives separately, just as well as we're going to grow together. Hold on, you guys. Let me go ahead and powder my face real quick because my face is wet, it's moist, and let me just set my eyes real quick and I'll come right back. But if you're not married and you're dating, honey, this is the perfect time for you to really, really work on those values. Work on those values. Work on the things that you want to change about yourself, because then you can really go into your next situation, your next relationship. When you start dating again, you can really start to pick out the ones that you know are going to be a waste of time. Once you know your values, once you really have a good sense of your values, you live by them, breathe them, eat them, all that. Once you do, it's almost as if your desires are a little more clear cut. Like, I haven't been in the dating game in a while, okay? I mean, clearly. But I can honestly say, like, knowing myself now, if I were dating, oh, honey, I would know exactly what I want. And I know exactly what I'm not going to tolerate. When I was in my 20s, I pretty much dealt with a lot of things because I was young, silly, you know, just naive. And I didn't know where my values were. I didn't know what I valued in my life. Now I do. So again, if you're somebody who's in this space where you're single and you're not really focusing on dating, this is the perfect time to really get your values in place. Dang it. You know what? I'm sitting here running my mouth and I meant to put on my powdered blush before I set under my eyes, but it's okay. We're gonna make it work. So I am almost done with this video and I just realized my microphone is not my microphone is not turned on. So that means that my audio on this one is probably, I mean, it'll still be clear. By the time I edit it, you guys won't be able to tell, but I don't know. Apparently I was like super excited about doing this style video today that I did not make sure all my stuff was turned on. So anyway, I am going to actually just wrap my face up real quick. I only have to do my brows and put my mascara on because pretty much I'm done. So let me, this is funny. Let me go ahead and finish this real quick. And then I'll kind of just, like I said, wrap up my final thoughts real quick. I told y'all I was a little rusty at this, okay? So I went ahead and finished my face off camera. I don't think y'all understand multitasking, talking, trying to get through your thoughts and doing your makeup at the same time. That is a skill, okay? It's a skill that I'm a little rusty at because I have not done it in a while. But I went ahead. Come on, sunlight. come on, sunlight. I want the sun to hit this makeup real cute. Like, I went ahead and finished off camera because, like I said, I would have been talking. I would have been on here for an hour, and I'm not trying to make this an hour-long video. At the end of the day, all I want you guys to understand is to set those high values in place for yourself. If princess treatment is something important to you and you want somebody to give you that princess treatment, learn to give princess treatment to yourself. It is about setting those very high values, highest values. It's about how you carry yourself, how you present yourself. It's about giving yourself that high level of care, taking care of yourself. That is princess treatment. I really hope that you have a better understanding of what princess treatment is. Like I said, I know everybody's not going to agree, and that is perfectly fine. That is what it means to me. I'm not going to expect somebody to give me princess treatment unless I give myself princess treatment, unless I treat myself luxurious, unless I, give that kind of care to myself. I'm not going to make that a requirement for somebody else. But now that I have made that a priority and I do those things for myself, it's a requirement now. And my husband, like I said, I talked about that earlier. He knows, like he knows how to treat me now because of the way that I've been treating myself. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this like more relaxed video. Baby, I know I was probably stumbling all over this video. Like I said, I'm not used to doing makeup and talking at the same time anymore. Hold on, let me check my teeth. Make sure there's no lipstick. But yeah, hold on, piece of hair. Okay, but yeah, like I said, it's this is a skill. Why don't you try it for yourself and then you come back and report to me how difficult it is. But anyway, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, comment down below if you want to do some more of these informal videos where we kind of just chat it out. We pick a topic, but then we just kind of chat it out. Not a whole formal script, not point tip. We're just getting on here and we're just having girl talk. Okay, we're conversing, right? It's just me and you. I'm hanging out with you in your living room or your beauty room or wherever you are right now. I'm hanging out with you right now. So again, sunlight, be on my side right now. You are not on my side right now. But anyway, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below, tell me what you think. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and head on out of here and catch you guys on the next video. So until next time, my love, bye.